Welcome back, Collective, my Vibe Tribe. I haven't been on for a while. I ran into a couple of little hiccups that I had to deal with, the Matrix stuff. Anyways, I just want to welcome everybody back to the 420 Tarot Lounge. My name is Friendly Friday, and I am the reader and host. So, I just want to tap into, so I did some meditation. I cleansed the cards, I cleared the space, all that kind of good stuff. So now we're going to just do a general reading to see what the universe, spirit, source, God would like to share with us today. What messages they would like to put out there for us to consider. And it's been raining here for like 3 days. It's such a Debbie Downer. But I've been trying to keep my myself positive through the dreariness of it all. But anyway, here we go. There we go. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. So that's like, It feels as though you're assessing what you have. Assessing what you have. And this could be monetary. This could be wisdom. And you're willing to share it. Okay. So I did a spread earlier. It was like a pyramid, and then I did like wings off of it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed reading the cards that way, and I had done that with these cards. So I thought I'd try it with these ones this time around. See how that goes for us. Alrighty. What else can you tell us there? Spirit, source, God, universe. 3 of Swords. And the Fool. Okay, so I feel as though you're used to getting your heart broken or used to disappointment. I also feel as though after every disappointment, you manage to pick yourself up and dust yourself off. I feel as though you have a resilience, maybe even a nonchalant. You get over it easy. Okay, then we have the 4 of Cups. I'm being told that this is this particular disappointment has you a little bit rattled, has you a little bit, I feel as though this was probably the first time that you actually put yourself out there or made yourself vulnerable. I can't say for sure that this is a love reading, but let's see what else they want to tell us, eh? Okay. 5 of Cups. This, okay, that one wanted to fly out. And 2 of Wands. There is a lot of, we have the Magician at the bottom right now. There's, from what I'm hearing, is currently you are in a state, you have poured yourself out, shared yourself. Now, this could be love. This could be even finances, like maybe you decided you would share with somebody, and then after maybe it was you went halves at the bingo, and the person you went halves with then won themselves and didn't reciprocate. It could be like that. It could be as simple as that. Unless, of course, it was $1 million or something, then I guess that's not so simple. But um, it's put you in a state of. I feel as though it's put you in a state of a new beginning. I'm hearing it like this: a new beginning. Once again, that's how I'm hearing it. I feel like this is a pattern that keeps happening to you. And I feel like the magician is saying you've got to break out of it. Excuse me a moment. Sorry. This disappointment stems from I feel as though it was an unspoken promise. I say unspoken promise that it was never told to you. You just assumed that there was a some sort of promise there, and this is why you're doing all the sharing. You're having a hard. If you're not already going through this, as you're going through it, you may want to keep this message in mind. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. So I try and keep my readings, I keep my readings as authentic as possible. But I also want people to view them as a tool to open their mind to other possibilities, other avenues that could potentially arrive on their doorstep. So anyway, getting back to the reading, there's you keep you're pouring yourself out based on an unspoken promise. An unspoken promise. That's what this is. The unspoken promise, and you were so. I feel as though you were so hoping or so invested in that promise that you're having a hard time releasing it. You're having a hard time letting it go. If you look at these two cards combined, there's three that have spilled on the ground, and one that is empty. There's two behind ready to be filled, and three here waiting to be filled. So there is more to be thankful for or more to look forward to than what you are losing or what you have lost, if I can put it that way. When I see this is how I see these two cards most of the time when they're presented to me. That's how I read them. Again, the Fool is new beginnings, but he's also major choices. He's also up for new adventure. And when the Magician, I feel, is at the bottom of the deck, it presents a special magical awareness. And I think that will come. We're going to get clarity on that I got a couple other decks here we're going to pull out. I pretty much use them all the time. I feel like I have a good energy connection with them. So again, this Two of Wands is saying, okay, which path do you want to take? Do you want to take a path that is going to be challenging, and possibly help you grow, or are you going to take the path of least resistance? Which what I'm reading here is to put yourself in a state of low vibration and instant gratification. And you can take that anyway. That could be gambling, that could be alcohol, that could be any kind of substance abuse. Okay, so you can take the growth path or the path of least resistance. That it always, whenever I hear the path of least resistance, it brings to my mind, especially with this card, um I what's it, idle hands, what is that, um evil lurks in idle hands, or something along those lines. um or the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Okay, so anyways, let's move on here. We've got 4 more cards to pull. Okay, oh, 5 of Wands. And again, this is an internal conflict. This isn't a conflict from outside. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a conflict from outside, but that conflict is the um the person that you continually want to, or the energy that you continually want to stay attached to, and they are not reciprocating your feelings here. Okay, 3 more cards, please. 3 more cards. Okay, that one did. Oh, there's 2 here. Go this way. So then there's the Ace of Pentacles. So that's new, something new, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like this is an internal struggle here that you're going to have to work through it. I almost feel like you're going to be presented with something to help you or assist you to work through it. Because then we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and she's Queen of Independence. She is strong, healthy, vibrant. She is a little bit humble, reserved. She's not a show off, I guess. She's not one of those ones that has to walk around with a 5-carat diamond on her finger. And that's what I'm getting here. That this new new opportunity for resources, and again, resources doesn't necessarily mean material. It can be energy and material, money, land, real estate, whatever. It can mean education, new information, as long as it's something that you can put a value on it. Okay, it could even mean new relationship, a new friendship, a new business partner, anything like that. Okay, so something new while you're going through this struggle. Something new is going to come. Be mindful. Okay, I'm being told. Be mindful of the opportunities presented. Don't be stuck in this internal conflict while the opportunities pass you by. Okay. Okay. That was pretty direct. There's 2 cards here. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles, so 77. And the Chariot at the bottom. So there is the energy for the board, which I kind of I had a feeling that the Chariot was going to be on the bottom, because there is definitely the Chariot. A lot of people view it as travel, not just physical travel, but also movement in your thinking, movement in your ideas, even changing careers, vocations. But here, I'm seeing this as a movement of growth. And I say that because with the 6 of Pentacles at the top, the sharing and the making share, You're, I feel as though you're the type of personality. Now, we don't have the only character card, if you will, that I have, or arcarial type that I have, is this Queen here and the Fool. So up here, it feels as though you're operating as, okay, I got to get my shit together. I got to get my shit together. That's movement. That's growth. That's movement. The also, you're having a hard time disconnecting yourself, and I just want to put out there that we're not always meant to totally disconnect ourselves from past energies. And I also believe that there are times where there are some threads that no matter how hard you try, they can never truly be severed, because that person has left an imprint on your soul, on your being, on you, on your awareness, your experiences with them. Okay? You can't wipe them away. They're there. And I think this is where you're having a hard time. 55, 77. Wow, we actually have 777. So 777, that's an angel number. If you want to look that up. I haven't got those memorized. But they're, like I said, you're going to work through your conflicts, your internal conflicts, and these internal conflicts, they could come out. You could get snappy with people, so check yourself. If you find that your vibration is starting to be pulled down, that it's not something coming from yourself that you need to address. Okay. Don't forget, don't keep your eyes open for opportunities, because these opportunities are what's going to propel you forward. I also feel as though you're going to take a chance. You're going to take a leap of faith, and and with this, you're going to take a leap of faith, and I feel as though you're not going to have all the information to get it going, but you also feel as though if you don't get it going now, you're never going to get it going. La, la, la. It's going to, it, you're going to see promise. You're actually going to see it. Up here, there was no promise verbalized. Down here, it's a promise to yourself, and you're actually going to see it flourish. Okay, let's get some confirmation on some of these cards here. This Three of Swords, is this a romantic love relationship, or is this okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Moon, and the Magician have just popped out. So for me, you had ideas. Okay, let's back up a second. You had ideas about this relationship that were maybe a little bit unrealistic. I also get the feeling that you have attempted to interfere with free will somehow. That could be trying to cast love spells, or create situations that force that person to stay with you or to be with you. But because it's not as it seems, this is not working. Okay. Okay, what can you tell us about the Fool? The two cards here, Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords, and the Fool is on the bottom. Okay, so you are. I feel as though you're going to branch out on with as a Fool, new beginnings, new choices, major choices, and you're going to be looking for a new relationship. This Three of Swords is telling me that be careful that any new relationship you encounter is not a rebound. I'm getting the feeling that the other person, the other energy that comes in to fulfill this, actually has true feelings for or whomever this message is for, which would be the Queen of Pentacles down here. So the Fool is looking for love. Make sure it's not a rebound, okay? Okay, I want some clarity on this Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands popped out, and that is like a warrior card. So it's going to be hard work. You're going to want to take some breaks. You're going to want to maybe refocus even at times. I'm getting the message to keep your focus and balance that with recreation and relaxation. Okay, so now we have the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups with Justice on the bottom. It may not, and then the Five of Cups again, right? So it may not, so 555. It may not turn out okay. So I'm getting that this don't jump in too fast, because you could be using the other energy as a rebound energy to validate yourself. That's what this is. This is a love relationship with yourself, and you're you're trying to get validation outside yourself. This is what spurs the growth. This is what spurs the okay. I feel that this conflict card, this Five of Wands here, is not only for this line, but also for this line. The conflict I'm feeling, so the conflict that I'm feeling here is your internal conflict to let go. The conflict that I'm feeling here is that things that may not go as planned, and you may need to make multiple decisions along the route. This could cause you to become disheartened, even wanting to give up, I guess. Yeah, I get that. But then I'm getting over here that you're going to plug along. So there's must be something must happen here. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing here as the energy this message is for. But I'm wondering if Spirit Source God could enlighten us with a little more info. Is this possible? And I did feel one card there. I didn't want to lose my hand. Let's see. Can we try that again, please, Spirit? Okay, there's 2 cards there, 1 card. Well, 2 cards there. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. That's and the Temperance card. Okay, so and then at the bottom here, this is the Page of Wands. So he's passionate. This is that's a nice what's under him. Ooh, Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit. Contemplation, meditation, reflection. So the Ace of Swords here is clarity, truth, and temperance. I'm getting be patient with yourself as you move through this lesson, this path. There's something. Oh, there's something here to be learned. Something here to be learned. So the advice here is to be patient with yourself as you're learning new ideas, new information, clarity, research. Okay, we're gonna use these cards for this 77 down here. Alrighty, can you tell us any more on the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles? I'm seeing this as an action forward, a risk. So there's the Death card. So this is transformation. You see he's rooted, and there's plants growing around his ankles. He's also got a plant growing out of his chest with a little bee there. The fish is dead. Yes, the sun is shining. The trees are the trees are alive. This is a transformation. This is it's a period of growth, a period of finding a period of growth with the death of the ego. Okay, so this is where I think you may decide to just throw down all the bullshit and just jump in head first. Let's go. That's what I'm getting there. But this is not a love relationship. This to me is more of a self-love, a self-care. Okay, we've got 2 cards here. We've got the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Discs. Yeah. And then on the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. Okay. So, let's have a look at the full picture here now. The 4 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. I get the feeling you're realizing that this risk you're learning a lot. You're being humbled. So the Queen of Pentacles is already humble in my eyes, but I'm seeing here that you're actually going to be you're not going to be looking for any validation. You're not going to be trying to become famous. You're not going to be. You're just going to let things go as they go. You're going to go with the flow. Yes, you'll put your effort in to keep your keep your enterprise afloat, going. You're going to take time for yourself. You're going to rest. You're going to relax. You're going to be, you're going to you want to put yourself in a place, or mentally and physically, you want to put yourself in a place that will allow you to fully enjoy the abundance that is coming. So the Nine of Discs is you've done all the hard work. You've done all the planning. You've done all the hard work. You've contacted all the people. You've put out press release. You've done all the things to move your enterprise forward, your adventure forward, your resource collection forward. And you know that in order to enjoy it, you're going to have to be rested, have a positive mindset. I don't think that this Four of Swords looks to me as though you're balanced. Okay, the um, the Four of Swords from this deck tells me that you need rest. You need and to be at the ready. Where this one here is telling me you're balanced. You don't feel any threat. You don't feel any like you almost have a zen. And this zen is what you're aiming for, so that when you get to this stage from 7 to the 9, that you are in a positive state of mind to enjoy your success and your life to the fullest. The High Priestess here. I think this is where as you go through this, and I call it graduate, level up through this transition. That from the Queen of Pentacles, your growth is going to start to push you up into the High Priestess. And then this is the Ace of Cups. So I there the growth is going to be profound. You're not going to, so she's got like the dark, like so the sun and the moon, the dark and the light, right? She's rooted, there's water, like she's standing on the moon. I never noticed that before. And then there's this Ace of Cups here. So there's I feel as though your journey to self-awareness, self-love, putting oneself first, that whole journey stems from this heartbreak and this experience here of trying to get somebody to love you that just is not interested, or is they're interested but they're not as dedicated as you were hoping, but you allowed yourself to fall into a false promise, a non-verbal promise. So for me, that means you made it up in your head. Sorry. This triggers you to grow. This triggers you to find the wherewithal to move on. Finally, I think there's here somewhere there's been some type of an epiphany, and that epiphany it takes you down one of these pathways, and your internal struggle here is your body wants to take the path of least resistance, and your soul wants to do the work. That's the conflict. It's a lot of work. You're like, oh, why did I start this? You're going to have that kind of an attitude at times, but you're going to have to pull yourself out of it. You're going to have patience with yourself, patience with those around you as you grow and they try to understand what the hell is happening to you, right? You have to have patience with them. And you're going to jump in head first, whatever this adventure endeavor is. I feel as though you're going to jump in head first. It's going to be good for you. You're going to learn a lot about not only yourself, but others around you. You're going to lose your ego and you're going to get yourself into like a Zen mindset. And that's going to give you the tools to enjoy your successes. So that's the message for today. That was a little bit longer than I had anticipated. That's the message for today. Again, my name is Friday. This is the 420 Tarot. I am happy that you've decided to stop in and share your energy with me. I hope that you are enjoying my readings, and that if you do feel a connection to the channel or resonate with the message, or even just want to let me know where you're watching from, comment, give a like. If you're up to it, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next one. Namaste.